Hey traders, it's Parker again with another indicator. Today I'll be introducing you to the VPA Irregular Bodies indicator. It's from Anna Coilling's book, Volume Price Analysis. Um, Let me put the indicator on here and then I'll start explaining everything. There's going to be a package of two, so you have the lower one, you have the upper one. So what it does, it finds the irregular body. In Anne Couling's book, she describes irregular bodies as smaller bodies with larger volume than the previous candle. So if you look right here, this candle is bigger than the one preceding it, and it has a lot more volume. And she considers that irregular body and the sign of support and resistance or resistance area. And you can see, and that's exactly what it did. Once it made that, or you can look at it as a shooting star candle as well with a lot of volume on it as confirmation. And the price dropped a little bit, came back up, is retesting that, couldn't break above. It finally got back in that area, and once it did break above, it became support, and it moved on. And the different colors of the candle show you above average and below average. The dark blue ones is a bullish candle, but it's below average volume. It's an irregular body that's bullish, but it's below average volume. This magenta one, this bright purple one, is above average volume, and this plum candle here, which is darker than the magenta, is below average, but it's showing you the same thing. It's an irregular body. It's smaller than the body preceding it, and it has more volume on it. As we can see, it really marks out areas of support and resistance for you as well. And it carries over, it gives you 3 periods from the previous one. So it'll track this 3 times before it makes a new one. The cyan one is the current one. The magenta one is the current one. And the yellow is the previous one. And that's how you can understand the new ones and versus the old ones that it's creating. And as you can see, that's exactly what it does. This is a perfect example right here. It blocks them price in this area, and price couldn't break out, and it finally broke down to the downside, but it hit that current area of which was resistance, now becomes support, until it broke down again, and it actually broke all the way back down here, and it retested everything and finally broke to the downside. This is that stock PROG, Progeny. If you're familiar with, it's a short squeeze candidate, and the indicator works really good on it. I know today I was in the stock, and we were really hoping for a break to the upside. As you can see, this is exactly what it done. It got smushed between these two areas, and it stayed right there for the longest. And it just acted as a great area of resistance and support. And then it finally just broke to the downside, and it pretty much you can say died from there, but it still has a lot of upside potential with the options that's on the stock. And you can see it came right back right down to this area of support, previous area of support, and it sat right there, broke down because the way the market makers did, and came right back up, and it's struggling to break back above that area. We can drill it down to a 5-minute, and you may be able to, you'll get a lot more, but I usually use this on a higher time frame. And that's basically it. This is the 5-minute, and it's showing you the same thing. It got stuck in between these two areas, and this area right here worked as a strong area of support. This area right here worked as a strong area of resistance, and it finally broke above, created another area of resistance, and came back down. And that's basically it. With the low indicator, you get all the colors. The lower indicator, you get all of the colors. The bright green ones represents candles above average volume. The magenta represents irregular bearish candles above average volume. The red represents above average volume. Yeah, to the downside, but they're regular bodies. And the light green ones are regular candles with lower than average volume. Orange is lower than average volume, and cyan is above average volume. And this blue, well, irregular body above average volume. Dark blue is below average volume, but it's an irregular body. And it creates these nice areas of support and resistance. And it works pretty good for me. Let's see, on the daily it works really good as well. So it works on all time frames. So we're going to go to the year. And this is basically what you get. With Progeny, it came right back to this area of support. What it was resistance and now it became support. But you can change the indicator to the original, and it'll track every candle. It'll track every irregular body. And this is what you get. You get a more concise picture of what's going on here. You had this big area of resistance, which the stock couldn't break above. It finally did, and it became an area of support. And that's what's supporting Progeny right now. And we'll drill it back down to that 15 minutes, and you can see how it creates a lot more of those boxes to show you where the areas of support and areas of resistance, and anything you might not have seen, or really hidden areas of support and resistance. And I really suggest anyone using this indicator read Anna Coilling's book. It really helped me out, especially when it came to areas of support and resistance, and really helped me build my trading up. Or even my long-term swing plays. I really like the indicator. You can cut off these. You can cut off the previous support and resistance from the irregular bodies if you want to, and you can just get what comes from the. You can just get the current ones from like the cyan and the magenta from those candles. And as I said, it's a package deal. You get both of the indicators, and if you don't want the one at the top, you can still get the candles that will change the colors the way you want to, and showing you candles of significant value. And if you take out the low one and you have the upper one on there, you won't get the other candles like the red, the red, the bright green. You won't get those. You'll just get the primary candles of the irregular bodies, as you can see. If those sometimes a lot of colors on the screen can be a distraction. So if you don't want those colors on the screen, you can actually just say, I'm just going to use the indicator itself, the top layer, and I just want to see the irregular bodies. And that's all it's going to do, is just show you the irregular bodies. So we'll drill it down, and you can see each one of those irregular bodies. And once again, this is based off Anna Coilling's book. Really, I think it's in the front part of the book. It talks about irregular bodies, and it's those candles with smaller bodies than the preceding candle with higher volume, and it creates those areas of support and resistance. And like I said, I like using it on the higher time frames. Really, the 15 minutes is the one I use it on. But as you can see, it works just fine on a 5 minute, and it gets real crazy on the 1 minute. As you can see. But it works on all time frames. If you're interested in the indicator, the link be in the description to go and get the indicator. If you have any questions or anything, please leave me a comment or a like and subscribe. And any suggestions that you might have, I'm interested in, or any other indicators that you might have want to see. If I can build it, I'll do my best to. and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But like and subscribe. I'm putting out indicators every week. If you want to see the newest one, and most of my indicators are going to be based off of volume, and I look for areas of support and resistance, and volume is really the tail, you know. And I appreciate you guys watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you get the indicator. Y'all have a great day. Thanks.